Good evening, listeners, and welcome from Lye Meadow, home of Alvechurch Football Club, for this Bet Victor Southern League Central Premier clash between Alvechurch and Tamworth. This production by Lambs Media is proudly sponsored by OnlySuperNews.com. Okay, so Alvechurch then in goal: Matt Sargent, 2 Lyndon Dovey, 3 Taylor Morrison, 4 Aaron Birch, 5 is the skipper Kyle Morrison, 6 Joseph Hull, 7 Kevin De Vega Montero, 8 Mitchell Botfield, 9 Nehemiah Zazi, 10 Joseph Phillips, 11 Connor Deards. On the bench for the Church: Louis Monaghan, Joe Slynn, Ryan Wallacott, Rahis Nabi and Paps Joao. The Tamworth side then, in goal: Jazz Singh, 2 Aaron Ford, 3 Henry Wilder, 4 your captain Ryan Bezic, 5 Jordan Goff, 6 Nathaniel Roturner, 7 Delano Reid, 8 James Fry, 9 Dan Creaney, 10 Bilal Yafai, 11 Reese Honus. On the bench for the Lambs: Rashan Francis, Liam Hearn, Cameron Hawkins, Jordan Clement and Chris Late.
Kicking off a few minutes later than scheduled. And hopefully the second attempt we'll be able to get this one underway. The gaggle of Tamworth fans to our left have their own fine voice already this evening.
Well, let's hope that they can continue that as well, because we need a result today on this pitch. I mean, we've had our wobble. Let's hope that it is a wobble. We've had back-to-back wins now with clean sheets as well. And tonight, of course, without Bromsgrove Sporting playing, we can go top of the table, as you've already mentioned. So it's very important, and there's no better incentive really than for us to win and go top of the table, and let's hopefully remain there for the remaining 16 games.
Yeah, absolutely so.
Well, 15 after this one.
Too much to worry about from that respect, I think.
No, not at all. I'm very comfortable with Jordan playing there. Tamworth get the first attack. Creaney tries to prod one through. Doesn't get cleared, and then blasted at the goalkeeper, palmed up in the air and not fully cleared as yet by Church. And it is now up to halfway. I didn't see who got that shot off there, Stuart, but it was a rasping drive nonetheless.
I think it was actually Dan Creaney there kept with that one, but unfortunately it was, like you said, straight at Matt Sargent.
Now, I don't know whether Ryan's deliberately taking this further away from where it was committed to create a better angle, but for me the free kick wasn't where Ryan's taking the free kick from.
No, I think it was a little bit closer.
But it will be in swinging, looking for the runner across the goalkeeper. That's a wicked ball in, and the Tamworth head on it, but it's straight into the arms of Matty Sargent, and it all breaks down again as it gets to the Tamworth area. And that's really the story for both sides, as the referee, Mr. Pratt, blows the whistle on the end of the first half. And I think really poor play around the box from both sides has contributed to this being 0-0 at half time.
Yeah, no teams looked really too convincing, had they, in front of goal so far.
Tamworth really, you just feel that if they can just find another gear, the game is there. You know, it's there to be won. We just need to be a little bit better than we were in the first period. And we are underway for the second period. Into your 5, back to Ford. Tamworth looking a little bit busier now. Not resulted in anything in terms of chances yet. Little return ball from Yafai to Ford. Now Bezic prods it wide to Reid. How about the cross from Wilder and towards Creaney, and comes off a defender who's forced to head it over his own bar there under pressure from Dan Creaney. Corner to Tamworth, and this is a little bit more like it.
Yeah, I think this is only Tamworth's second corner of the game. We now await this corner from Ryan Bezic. In it comes. Rashan Francis actually almost got his head onto that one, Kev, but it's span right out of play, and I don't think it actually took a touch off anybody before going out of play for a goal kick to Alvechurch.
63 on the clock, but of course we did have that big stoppage for the head injuries to the Alvechurch substitute Zhao and also Jimmy Fry, who has been replaced by Rashan Francis to allow Aaron Ford to move into midfield. In comes the corner, header at the far post, it's cleared off the line. And that's the closest Tamworth have come since about the 3rd minute.
Yeah,
it's still alive.
I'm not too sure who it was at the back post with that header.
Basic again, header glanced, and I think it might have come off the post there. I'm not too sure, but a whole gaggle of bodies in between me and the ball. Church are trying to live with it at the moment, but finding it a little bit more difficult as the minutes tick on. Defensive header that falls to Honus. Blasts it towards the near post, and it's over the bar.
Yeah, his angle was really tight there, to be fair, Kev. I think he did really quite well to get it, you know, as goalward as he did. It sort of all opened up from out of nowhere. There was a little bit of mix-up between the two Alvechurch defenders.
My clock reads 75 on the clock, but of course there was that big delay for the head injuries. Church back underway now from Birch with a free kick from inside their own half, headed away by Creaney. Flicked on by Yafai, but nowhere near Chris Lake. Ford now digs out a ball forward towards Chris Lake. This is interesting, he's through in the middle, nods it down. First one, it's all he needed, and Chris Lake fires something into a priceless lead, Stuart.
Absolutely, that ball over the top, calmly heads it down to the ground, knowing full well that he'd be able to control it and fire the ball home. Maybe Matt Sargent could have done something that, you know, slightly better there, because it was fairly central at him, but there was some serious power there, Kev. And Tamworth have got that lead, and currently, Kev, we are back to top of the table.
Here's Tamworth again now. Chris Lake over the halfway, tries to lay that one off to Rhys Honus, but doesn't quite come off. Ford, oh no, this will be a red card for Aaron Ford,
yeah,
Stuart.
Absolutely.
He's caught the Alvechurch man there on the halfway.
Yeah, he's already leaving the field, isn't he?
It was a strange bounce by the ball. I think that eluded Aaron Ford, but just the speed at which it went through, you can't argue with that.
No.
Tamworth reduced to 10 men.
Yeah, for the second game in 2 as well. Tamworth has some defending to do now as Alvechurch look to come forward. Just a massive sea of green.
And a rather wild, hopeful shot there from 30-odd yards. Ricochets off the Tamworth defence, and away goes Chris Lake down the left-hand side now. He needs to take his man on and beat him for pace, which he does, into the area. Cuts it across. Oh, it's 2! Game, set, match! Chris Lake! 2-0 Tamworth, Stuart.
Oh, Chris Lake there did absolutely everything right. He beat 2 men. Found his way into the box. Looked like he'd actually been tripped and could have gone down for a penalty, but still managed to stay up and slot the ball past Matt Sargent into the back of the net, Kevin. Like you said, that is now a game, set and match. Tamworth, 3 points, top of the league. That's game over now.
7 minutes allotted by the referee, Mr. Pratt, are almost up.
And there we go, Kev, they are up.
They are, and that
Tamworth.
is 3 points to Tamworth.
It is, and better still, Kev, back on top of the league, which, you know, we probably felt was drifting away a little bit a couple of games ago, but with 3 wins on the bounce, and we now face struggling Redditch on Saturday, where you would assume on paper, Kev, that it's going to be another 3 points. You obviously can't say that for definite, but